If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, check the referral link in the description down below. It'll take you to G2A, and you can use the code CHES at checkout for an extra discount. Also, there's an upcoming $1 entry FIFA Ultimate Team tournament where you can win up to 50,000 FIFA points. Check the link in the description down to Gamer Saloon and sign up now. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 54 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 16. We start with the second leg of the Champions League quarter-finals after a surprising 2-0 defeat away from home against Borussia Dortmund. 2 goals in the last 2 minutes from them after we dominated the tie. We have to take them on again at home, this time hoping to put at least 2 goals past them, keep a clean sheet, maybe even 3 to win it outright on the night in 90 minutes rather than having to go to extra time. Of course, keeping a clean sheet could be vital because of the away goal rule, and we weren't able to pick up an away goal at Signal Iduna Park in the first leg. They're starting a very strong side though. Again, Lars Bender, Nuri Sahin and Gonzalo Castro kind of offset in the middle. It's a really weird formation that they play. No, it's not kind of your bog standard 4-2-3-1 where everybody's just kind of, it's a symmetrical formation. It's kind of offset, and it's really weird to look at on a team sheet, but it plays when you're playing against it just like a normal 4-2-3-1. So why it gets offset like that in the graphic, I don't know. Maybe it's just a specific way that Dortmund try and line up, but we're on top again, as you can see in the opening first half. We dominated the first game and just got caught on the counter not once but twice towards the end of the first leg, unfortunately. Trying to catch them on the counter here. Pedro just kept running until the opportunity to play through Paul Pogba properly presented itself, but Berkey gets beaten once, comes back off the inside the post, and then gets super lucky with the way that it rebounds off the post straight back to him. We're playing some nice football though here in the second half, playing it about in between players with 1-2s etc. really nicely, but Berkey's determined not to concede a goal. We do get a corner though from Alaba's effort there. Paul Pogba will take it. There's John Stones losing his marker in the middle, a free header as Gundogan comes on for Nuri Sahin, and we are 1-0 up on the night after 56 minutes. That's exactly what we've been trying to do for the first 55 minutes. Finally, we have the breakthrough. Can we get a second goal to take us to extra time? And Nemanja Matic down the right-hand side to Gareth Bale. Dortmund not even remotely in this tie so far. Bale dances past one and into Pogba. Pogba with a shot. It hits Socrates. It's trickling towards the goal line, but Piszczek gets back and clears it away. We aren't able to get the second. 5 minutes to go. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang came off the bench, just as he did in the first game, to torment me here in this second. Brilliant save by Thibaut Courtois, but it drops straight to Lucas Piszczek. They scored to make it 1-1 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate, and because of the away goal rule, that now means we need to score 3 goals in the last 5 minutes to go through. It's really put us up against the wall, and as you can well imagine, it's not going to happen. Mkhitaryan is going to whip this ball in, and Gundogan beats Rafael Varane in the air somehow. I don't know how, but Varane got caught underneath the ball in the first leg for Dortmund's first goal as Błaszczykowski headed the ball into the near post, and he gets beaten again at the back post. We lose to Dortmund again. 2-0 in the first leg, 2-1 in the second. We are out of the Champions League at the quarter-final stage. Unfortunately, our defence of that particular European title has come to an end. We're out in the quarterfinals, which in fairness is better than Chelsea did in real life when they tried to defend their Champions League title, because we got knocked out in the group stage, but still disappointed to have gone out to Dortmund in the quarterfinals, although they did play very effective football. Goals in the last 5 minutes of both games, enough to see us out. So we're playing now in the Barclays Premier League, which is now the sole competition that we are involved in between now and the end of the season, and there aren't that many games left either. Loic Remy starts up top for Everton, and Branislav Ivanovic starts at right back. So 2 former Chelsea players in the starting lineup here for the away side. Bale with a brilliant free kick that causes Tim Howard to worry about it at the near post from 40 yards, and has to turn it around the corner for a corner, but unfortunately nothing came from it. Costa though into Paul Pogba, still only 8 minutes into the game. Nice little bit of skill to beat Phil Jagielka. Shot though well blocked by Branislav Ivanovic, his former teammate of course, getting in between man and ball to get that over the post and over the bar and out for a corner. Still only 12 minutes into the game. Lovely turn by Gareth Bale on his right foot. Tim Howard with a top save to make sure that even after just 15 minutes Despite the fact we could be 3-0 up at this point, it is only 0-0. Cesc Fabregas sees a good opportunity to play the ball over the top to Gareth Bale here. He obviously is going to turn inside onto his left. Another shot, well blocked by a defender. Phil Jagielka this time, getting himself in between the ball and the goal. Corner to come, though, from Cesc Fabregas. See the man stood there around about the penalty spot. It's Kurt Zouma, but Tim Howard leaps away, both arms outstretched to pluck the ball out in the air to ensure that somehow it's still 0-0. Diego Costa into Paul Pogba. Bit of space. He works for himself here with a bit of pace to get past Ivanovic. Still can't get the ball past Tim Howard. He, seemingly the same as Berkey in the first game, is determined to keep a clean sheet here. We were eventually able to get the ball past Berkey. Were we going to be able to do so here? Lovely McGeady spin from Neymar, but Tim Howard again just will not let the ball go past into the back of the net. Luke Galbach gives the ball away, though, to Gareth Bale. Obviously, Leighton Baines is a Borussia Dortmund player now in this particular series, but Diego Costa finally gets the ball past the American goalkeeper with actually a very tidy finish. Let it run across him as he was running onto the through ball, and then just guided it into the back of the net at the near post with the outside of his right foot. I tried to take it with his left, but he just scooped it with the outside of his right foot. Very, very good finish. Pleased with it as well, and that is a 1-0 lead. Nathan goes on a run here. 10 minutes to go. Obviously, he's got fantastic dribbling feet, Nathan, since he's grown throughout this series, and Tim Howard didn't even bother to move for that one. Paul Pogba makes it 2-0. We're finally starting to show the dominance scoreline-wise that we have shown throughout the entirety of the game to this point. Again, Luke Galbach's going to miss out to Gareth Bale on that left-hand side. Bale down the line to Costa. Nathan's in the middle waiting for it. Turns onto his left and then quickly shifts it back to his right to send the keeper to ground, and it's then just a simple finesse finish over the top of Tim Howard into the back of the net. And that is the most dominant game that we've had at Chelsea so far in this entire series. 16 shots, 14 on target, no shots for them, and only 3 goals. Tim Howard saved them an embarrassment there, Everton. They could have been absolutely demolished. They were absolutely demolished, but it could have been so much worse. And they were third in the league. It was second versus third there. They just didn't show up, Everton. We are still 3 points behind Arsenal, though, as we head into the 35th game of the Barclays Premier League calendar. It's away from home at the Hawthorns against West Brom. They're starting my nemesis, Salomon Rondon, up top, obviously, in a 4-5-1 formation. So despite being at home, they are playing quite defensive, which is understandable. It's West Brom against Chelsea. And we have been in good form domestically recently, as you've seen by that game against Everton. That's definitely going to put the defensive mindset into your opposition, isn't it? Starting, though, the strongest possible lineup we possibly could. Salomon Rondon gets the turn on here, though. Going to lay it out wide to Claudio Jacob, who's going to get it back down the channel to Rondon. Turns inside Rafael Varane and then fires it into the back of the net. I'm disappointed with Varane at the past 2 or 3 games. He's really not turned up. He's made a couple of mistakes, costly mistakes, that have put us out of the Champions League, and he makes another one there to let us go 1-0 down to West Brom here. But Neymar is determined not to let the scoreline remain 1-0 for long. Goes on a brilliant run, squares it across to Costa. That's a simple finish. We're back on level terms not long after in the 24th minute. So into the second half we go. Cesar Azpilicueta pushes forward, cutting inside from right back. Eventually has to go all the way across to David Alaba here. Diego Costa makes a nice run through the channel, though. Good shot initially. Good save, though, by Anders Lindegaard. But Paul Pogba is on hand to turn in the rebound. We're in front 2 minutes into the second half, and I'm delighted to be in front because we need to close that gap to Arsenal at the top of the table. They did have a chance there, but it wasn't really the best of chances, and they were pushed a lot of men forward here, as you can see. Diego Costa receives the ball as I kicked it out wide with the goalkeeper. Matic plays through Pogba. All he's got to do is turn inside Jonas Olsen, and he's clean through, and then it's just a simple finish. I could have squared it across to Cesc Fabregas in the middle, decided against it, went solo with Paul Pogba, and I'm glad I did. He scores another goal scores another goal for us in this game, and we're 3-1 up now. John Joe Shelby, though, pushing down the left-hand side. This cross is absolutely phenomenal. Picks out Salomon Rondon, a treat, and the Venezuelan scores his second goal of the game. 3-2 now away from home against West Brom. Doesn't matter whether it's FIFA 15, FIFA 16, whether Rondon's playing for Everton or West Brom. He just scores goals against me. It's ridiculous. Luckily, though, Paul Pogba's brace and Costa's single goal was enough to see off Rondon's brace, and we get ourselves all 3 points. We are level on points with Arsenal now, although they do have a game in hand, and there are 3 games remaining for us, so 9 points available, and if we can get the maximum from those resulting 3 games, I will be delighted. Liverpool still threatened by relegation. If Norwich can get a win, then they will be dropped down to 17th and only outside the relegation zone on goal difference. If Norwich draw, they're still only a point, and if Norwich lose, they're still only 2 points off the drop. Liverpool are really, really up against it here. It's going to be a difficult last 3 games for them. We, though, have to play our final 3 games tomorrow, and hopefully we can close the gap on Arsenal and get ourselves a Barclays Premier League title to go with our Champions League win of last season. That's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course. Subscribe if you haven't already. There'll be a My Player episode later on tonight as well, and that'll be all from me for this afternoon, though. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.